Shut your mouth, Timothy Ransom. No service failure here. I hit the button at 0. I don't want to hear it. I saw the clock, the official clock on my screen. This thing up here. You can't see. It's over there. It's over there. Anyhow, you can't see it. I saw it, and it said 0, and I hit go, and we went. So I don't want to hear it. I mean, hey everybody, it's Tuesday the 25th of April. I can't believe April's gone already. I'm kind of happy. I'd like to see May zip by too right now. I'm not going to lie. No, I'm not drinking. You saw me earlier. You know what kind of state I'm in. I am a daggone mess. And every time I take a deep breath, I choke. Bud Light CW, you're funny. Mountain Dew, and wait for it, I'm nursing this cigar. I think I'm going to try to make this my last. Yep, first I've said it to anybody out loud. We'll see what happens. Don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I have no cigars to smoke after this. I intentionally did not go buy more cigars today. So I might be a real peach of a guy tomorrow to deal with. Oh, who was first today? I know it's up there somewhere. Where is it? It's... Oh, yeah, that guy who said that I got a service failure, Timothy Ransom. Whatever, dude. 2:11 p.m. Like, seriously, it cracks me up. Y'all wait. You're like, it's coming. Bam, I'm first, sucker. Good to see you, though, Tim. James Vaughn is here, I know. Bear Hunter was definitely not first. Yep. Taylor Rathje was here. I think he's still here, possibly. Let's see who else is up in here. Kevin Ulrich was here, talking about getting to pick up his truck. John Chuba, aka John Michaels, Jay Michaels. I can't talk. Why do I talk? Hey, let's just throw it out there now. Hit the like button, slackers. Jack said so. Whippy McPote. Let's see. Yeah. There's weird stuff there. Wimpy asked me if we had a special guest this week, and I don't. TK's around somewhere. What's up, TK? Let's see. We've been talking for a while, a bunch of us. Trying to get current here. Let's see. Oh yeah, James Vaughn is back. Duke is here. Was talking. I'm assuming you're still here. Maybe not. Matt Nissen, what's going on? Let's see. Scrolling, sorry, bear with me. Look, we've been talking a lot through here. It's crazy. Mike Anderson almost forgot it was Tuesday. I tried to forget it was Tuesday, but the world won't let me, is what I said. Jonah Green is here. Good evening. CW. Yeah, we were talking about hauling freight to Mars. And I was like, yeah, the backhaul is going to suck. CW was like, just get the money off the initial load. I'm like, okay, that's smart right there. Just do it. You're right. Let's see, where are we at? And Sue is here. She was like kicking me. She's like, get ready. Jeff, I'm not late. Dude, how could I? Look, the timestamp on your message says 5:59 p.m. I don't even understand how it's late. You need to quiet your mouth, sir. Don't want to hear it. How about those Zippos? Quiet down, Sue. Jay Michaels. Someone help me out here. Gay Bar. Howdy, sir. Gay, did you get that terminal transfer done yet? I hope you did. I know I talked to Dana, and when was it? Yesterday, the day before? What's today? Tuesday. It had to be yesterday. I know she said it was about to happen if it hadn't already happened. Life on 18 wheels. Good day to you. I didn't light my cigar. That's great. I lit it and just set it down and didn't hit it. And so I'm like sick, y'all. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I got this crazy chest rattly thing going on, and it's been something else. Bit of a delay. Turtle manager was out for the week. Yeah. I heard that that Lonnie was out for the week, and I was like, oh man, it's like the perfect time for everybody to go out on vacation or something, right? When you're trying to make that swap. You know what? Let's get this fuel surcharge out of the way, and then we can, you guys can pick on me or whatever it is you're going to do today, because that's always fun. The phones are open. I may pay attention to them. I'll try. No promises. And let's do this thing here. You got to hit this button. Got to hit this button and make things happen. So the national average went down 0.039 to 4.077. Got a big sneeze coming. Could be fun. It's going to be one of those days. It's there. It's on the verge. West Coast Pat 5 didn't change at all. It was zeros. Absolutely did not change, which is going to bring our fuel surcharge down to 0.466. I feel like I didn't change that number. Change says 0.007, but I feel like it's different. I may have failed here, guys. Anyhow, the West Coast fuel surcharge is 0.09 due to the disparity between West Coast Pat 5 and the national average of 0.615. And so there you go. We got that out of the way. This is going to be a train wreck, and I hope you enjoy it, because I am going to have fun one way or another, even if I have to make it at the expense of Jeff, and I'm going to have to talk bad about Jeff or something. That sounds like fun. Yeah, can't help it. It'll be fun. So that's out of the way. Really? I don't understand what's going on. Ho. Let me hear myself. No, I think it's just you and your phone, man. Don't tell me I sound like I'm in a warehouse. I can hear it. It actually sounds decent. I'm listening. Are you messing with me? Is noise cancel off? What? What in the hell is happening? I don't know. How's that? Wait. I wonder if settings changed. Hold on. I know what it is. It's the wrong microphone. Watch this. We're going to fix this mess. Oh my God. I give up. It's funny because I can hear myself and then they away. Well, how's that? Does that sound better to you guys? Is that where it needs to be? Bumper music sounds right. How's that? Is that better? Did I switch to the right microphone? Apparently my computer decided it wanted to use the microphone in the camera way over there. I give up. Jeff, why aren't you on the show? Hey, thanks, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I said, going to be a train wreck, and we're going to have fun with it one way or another. So now I feel like my other mic is too loud now. What the hell? So yeah, maybe I'll drop it out of the way a little bit. There we go. How's that? You know what? It is what it is. Must have bought a new Echo chip, right? I got this thing tweaked and peaked, and yeah, they did something wrong, I think. No. Oh, good Lord. What's going on here? Water pump breakdown. Gabe said water pump breakdown in Murfreesboro, then no loads for 2 days. Finally home for labs. Doc's appointment, but out in a few days to lay around like the rest. Good. You know what? Good for you. Sucks for the water pump. Dude, water pump. Like, how many miles on that thing? That sounds crazy to me. I feel like I feel like it's too soon for a water pump. I don't know why, but I feel like it is. You can't. Good Lord. And Jeff's talking about amateurs blaming the equipment. I don't blame the equipment. I blame me. Train wreck right here. 417,000 miles. Yeah, see, that seems early for a water pump to me. I mean, God, I went. Good Lord, Jeff just lost a water pump, right? Didn't you just lose your water pump, Jeff? That's what caused this whole tow job that you had, and you're like 800,000. I think I was. Good God, I was like 1.5 million before I got a water pump. Really? 400,000 for a water pump. That seems crazy to me. That's nuts, man. I don't know. So speaking of shop stuff, I went and dropped my truck off at Ocala. I had to wait a week and a half or two for an appointment to get into the shop. So I had an appointment today at 1 o'clock. I walked in and I said, "Hey, I need to get serviced." Sorry, there's jokes there. And they're like, "Okay, so what do you need?" And do you know what I did? I said, "I need this done." Let me make this thing go away real fast. Let me make that go away so you actually see that. I said, "I need all this stuff done." He's like, "That's a lot of stuff." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but that's what the contract says I'm supposed to have done at 100,000 miles, and I'm at 100,592 miles. So I need all this stuff done." And dude straight looked at me in the face, said, "I don't think we've ever done that on any of our trucks." And I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Well, this is what we're supposed to have done on every truck at these mileage intervals." And he was baffled by it. And do you know that it's going to cost me, my estimate is $1,006.41 to have this 100,000 mile maintenance done. I mean, it is what it is, and it's a lot of work. I was just a little blown away by the whole yeah, we don't do that stuff. We don't normally do that. Nobody ever asks that. But I took my contract and I'm like, "Look, this is what it says I have to have done, so I need all this stuff done." And he was like, "Wow, okay, cool." And he's like, "Well, it's not going to be today." And I'm like, "Yep, that's cool." He said, "It's going to be expensive. It's probably going to be over $1,000." I'm like, "Yep, that's cool. Whatever. It's got to be what it is, right?" I mean, it's not like I can not do it. If I don't do it, then my contract's in jeopardy and all that kind of craziness. I'm like, "Come on, man." He's like, "Okay, I'll let you know." And my East Bar heater finally came in. Apparently, they have them, and I there's a weird thing. He's like, "Yeah, we finally got some in, and Freightliner's on the verge of not being willing to pay for them anymore." I'm like, "Okay, that sounds crazy as hell to me too." So Tim, I made a call today to Tim Burks, the big shop dude, the guy over the body shops and the main shops and all that stuff. And I brought this fact up, and he's like, "No," he's like, "You shouldn't even have had to tell them what you told them." And he said he was going to look into it and talk to some people over there. And he said, because all of this stuff is already in the computer. All I simply needed to do was go in there and say, "Hey, I got 100,000 miles on my truck. I need the service done for the appropriate mileage." And all of this they should have said, "Okay, you're going to need this, 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 and this," and sent me on my way. So, yeah. So, okay. So, Tennessee trucking. Well, seeing that they don't change the oil on company trucks but every 50,000 miles, makes sense that they find it weird to do what you're asking. So, here's the thing.
That's the crazy thing about these newer trucks is they actually have a better oil filtration system within them that supposedly, filter down a whole lot better than the old systems. And that's why they were getting these longer, what you call it, drain intervals, which took them up to the 50,000 mark. Um, I think I'm still going to fight to put my OPS on there, but then I'll still change the oil every 50,000 miles like they make me. And maybe I think on my next one, I'm gonna pull an oil sample and try and get an oil sample done because that'll be the 150 mark just to see what it's looking like. I'm just curious what kind of contaminants are actually in it without an OPS in it, type of thing, just to get some real data out of it. Because I don't know, but Tim, so yeah, they said that uh, this is already in their system. And I shouldn't actually have to ask for all this. They should just be like, no, bro, you're at 100,000 miles. So we're actually going to do all of this stuff. And it's going to cost you this half arm and leg to get it done. But the dude at the shop was like, bro, that's a lot of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Still needs to get done, right? He's like, okay, man. But I had this conversation with Tim Burks, and I said, I said to him that every time I go to the shop, I feel like they're trying to talk me out of using their shop. And I'm curious if any of you have had this experience. You go in, you're like, hey, I need to get this done. They're like, yeah, we could probably do that, but it's gonna take a long time. Or it's gonna be expensive. And we'll probably end up just sending it out to another shop, to a Freightliner or KW or something like that. And that sort of thing. And I keep running into this, and I've run into, and I've made this known. I've run into this several times over the years at the Ocala terminal, which bums me out because it's 40 miles from the house. And I'm like, I don't understand why you're trying to turn down business or run me off before you even know what the heck I really need. So James says no, he hasn't had that at the Laredo shop's awesome. Matt says he's run into it at a few shops. So I'm just curious. I mean, because I'm not walking in there like all pissed off or anything. I'm like, hey guys, I got an appointment. I'm here for my appointment. I need some work done. All right. And they're like, well, that's a lot of stuff. And you sure you want to get all this done? I'm like, well, it kind of says I have to get it done. I mean, if I don't do it, I mean, I jeopardize my contract, right? Or, what have you. Or, it just seems odd to me. So I don't know. Um, Jeremy Terry said, had it at Greer. You felt like that at Greer? See, it just seems odd to me. There's a few places out there that I've tried to stop into and work with and things like that. Yeah, Matt Nissen said Ocala, Decatur, Gary, and Sumner. I could see that at Sumner. Sumner, when I used to, mind you, it was years ago when I used to deal with Sumner. Um, I've never dealt with Decatur, the Decatur shop. God, I can't even think the last time. And Gary was like a whole nother world for me, and that was quite some time ago. And they've changed everything at Gary since the last time I had work done there. So I mean, it's been that long. So I don't know, but I just find it interesting that we have these discounted services and that sort of thing. And when I show up with this, they're like, "That's a lot of stuff, bro." But then Tim Burks tells me that he's like, no, he's like, all of that service schedule is in the computer. When we pull up your truck, it should show that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I thought that was interesting, and it seemed like kind of an odd thing to have happening and things like that. And I don't know. I'm just curious what more of your guys' experiences on that because it just seems kind of crazy. Mike Henderson Mike Henderson said, Lancaster treats you like crap if you ask for a gallon of oil, let alone you need work. Okay. So I had pretty good luck out of Lancaster the last time I was there. But again, the leadership there has changed since I had that experience. That was, good God, had to be 4.5, maybe 5 years ago now. Tennessee, Matt says, there's no way I'm running 50,000 between oil changes. So let me ask you, why? Is do you know that your oil needs changing, or do you think your oil needs changing?
You sound a little echoey.
I fixed it.
Okay.
You're behind. Rosie just walked in. She's like, you sound a little echoey. And look, there she is. And she's like, you're off a little bit. I'm like, yeah, whatever, get out of here. Yeah, I fixed it after it was on the wrong mic. Anyhow, so yeah, so so yeah, so are you doing oil samples, or are you just saying, oh, it must not be good after 25,000 miles, Matt? Tennessee trucking, sir. My bad. Uh, I'm just curious. So David Dunn said, stop leasing from Swift. Well, there are other ways you could lease. There are other ways past to ownership, of course. And you are of course, welcome to your opinion. But, there are a lot of people who are going to lease a truck from IEL or someone similar. So, while we appreciate your opinion and I get that, it's probably never going to stop happening at any other big company. Let's just be real. It's a cheap upfront way, but probably more costly over the long term to own that truck, right? Let's see. Jeremy Terry said, I started at Christmas, never knew when anything last was done, so I had to figure it out. Yeah, that seems to be an issue with a some of the different things. Um, it's hard to get history on some of these trucks, right? Because I don't know why, but they hold it like it's top secret. That kind of bothers me. Maybe that's something we can work on. Mike Ford said, a lot are overwhelmed. I only use two terminals. And that's true. And I get that. That they used to do this really cool thing uh, where they had like a contractor Wednesday, and a contractor could go in on a Wednesday and they would put contractors at the head of the line for B services and, kind of simple things like that to get done. Those things that you were putting off and you're like, I just, I'll get it done when I get my service done. And they would knock it out. And it was nice. I mean, granted, okay, so at the time I wasn't utilizing Swift shops at the time. Because I was on a like complete and utter boycott of their shops at the time because I didn't get along with several shops for different reasons. And yeah, so I mean, there was a thing. So CW said the TA and Petro are cheaper. Yes and no. To have all the things that I am having them do, I don't believe they would have been cheaper. I'm just not convinced of that fact. The last one I had at I did one at 50,000 at the TA, and I want to say it was right at $500. I'm pretty sure that I would have been right around there, the same at Swift. So I'm not sure. Life on 18 Wheels said, Lancaster treats them pretty good. Let's see. Matt Nissen said, I'm starting to get the feeling that you need a PM service, but you need to set up an appointment. I understand that part, but how do you know where you might be potentially? Like, Matt, I'm with you, dude. Look, this is, and look, so the appointment in Ocala, get that. The appointment for me in Ocala was 2 weeks out. So 2 weeks? Definitely over a week. You know what I mean? And I mean, how do you, man? I don't know, man. I guess if you plan it for your home time ahead of time or something like that, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be home in a month. Can you set up my appointment for that day? I guess that would work. I don't know, man. It seems hard if we got like guys that are out there running OTR and running hard things like that. I think it's hard to work on these schedules. You know, let's see. Mike Ford says contract says 30,000 miles for PM. I I don't know. You'd have to show me your contract because that's not what mine says. I have basically an A service that's due every 25,000 miles, which is basically just check fluids and here, I'll put it right here. Lubricate and inspect chassis, check all lube levels, inspect and inflate tires, check safety equipment, drain air tanks, check lights, check oil in front hubs, adjust steering axle and drive axle, brakes, and check lining thickness. Right? That's basically just a quick lube job and an inspection. Yeah, so I don't know, Mike, if that's what you're talking about or not. Uh, mm, mm, mm. Oh, what the hell is the inspection paper in Laredo? Yeah, you got to go get a trailer inspected. You can do it in one of their quick lanes over there. I think it's like 16 or something like that. Or you can fill it out yourself. You can get those from the shop, the counter, or that little quick bay fuel island lane thingamajigger there. I usually honestly wait, and I just have them do it in that quick lane in lane 16 because, yeah, I'm not really down with filling out the paper. I know I'm lazy, whatever. I don't want to do the inspection. I want them to do it and them to sign off on it. Matt said his last B service in Jonestown ran about 460. So there you go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last one I did at the Petra was right at 500. And Tennessee said because I don't want the engine troubles before engine troubles are due. Before engine troubles are due. That was great. I just muted myself. I mean, I change my underwear on a regular basis when I try to take care of the engine, so it takes care of me. No, look, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying that I don't think you should be throwing out good oil if it's still good, right? So, I mean, if you have something to base it on, like an oil sample or something like that, okay. But most people aren't doing oil samples. Let's just be real about it. I mean, I'm not, and I'm changing it 50,000 now because uh, what you call it? The contract says I have to do it at 50,000. Otherwise, I throw my OPS on there and I do oil samples and do the extended drain. But I can't do that because of the contract. Drake said last 50K service I got done cost him $870 at Edwardsville. So, there's a lot. I mean, it's a matter of, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. David Dunn said, for people who listen and value Kevin Rutherford's advice, why so many leasing from Swift 20 years outside trucks? Swift has no control over my maintenance except 1 year DOT. So, David, actually, I have had that disagreement with Kevin Rutherford, and Jeff feels the same way. Um, it's not the best way to get it into a piece of equipment. I mean, we freely admit that. But the fact of the matter is, if so many people are doing it, then we're going to help those people do the best that they can. So it's not necessarily that we're promoting you go out and lease a truck from IEL. Hell, we'll tell you go out and pay cash for a truck if that's what you got to do. And if you can swing it, by all means, do it. That is absolutely the best way to do it. So, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you, that's for sure. But let's face it, there's a low threshold to entry and it's a higher cost over the long term. Facts. Not going to argue there. Sue said, plan your home time. As I know, Ocala is 2 weeks out due to the influx of traffic from Decatur. And look, there you go. Sometimes it's longer. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, oh, Jeff said he'll argue. You want to argue, Jeff? You might want to call in. I'll put you on. Call in, man. Number's right there. Just saying. Tim said, you have to do the border crossing inspection yourself now. Laredo terminal no longer does it. They did it a couple months ago when I was there. I don't know. If I'm kind of feeling like if they want it done, they should do it. I mean, if a guy wants to do it, okay, but whatever. Apparently, I need to not go to Laredo. I mean, those things are asking for measurements, like legit measurements on that inspection form. I'm just saying. I feel like that should be done by a technician. And David Dunn, Jeff Morton said he's going to be on the phone in like 20 minutes, and he's going to come argue for some reason because he's in a mood, clearly. Probably not. I'm just making fun of it. Bear Hunter said, but it's not going across. I don't know. The receiver is requiring. So it probably, who's the receiver? Sean. He said the receiver is requiring it. Who's the receiver? Is the receiver a broker? Because guess what? Then it is going across. A lot of times we don't realize that they are going across. And there's not a ton of receivers in Laredo that aren't brokering across the border. At least not that I'm aware of. Gabe said, my inspection was done by them when I was at Laredo a few weeks ago. It's their trailer and they should sign off on it if it's a requirement. I'm with you, Gabe. I feel the same way. I'm not going to get out and measure brakes. I'm going to look at them and say, yes, they passed. They're legal. Oh, life on 18 wheels. I'm glad you asked because I have no update, dude. So we're not going to have any real updates on the load board probably for the next couple of weeks. They're in the middle of what they call what's it called? It's it's not a blitz. It's something like that. Can't think of the word. That they had this magic word that they use, and a sprint. That's what they call it, a sprint. And in this sprint, they've actually got a couple weeks worth of work that they have to get done. So we're not going to have any real updates on the board for probably the next couple of weeks. If something happens before then, I mean, we'll definitely share it. I just wouldn't expect any updates for the next 3 weeks, I think. And once they finish those sprints, then maybe we'll have something more to say about it. I don't know. Right, Drake. You have a go, no go gauge, right? And those forms say, okay, how many inches are on there? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I could probably measure it if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. I'm just being real. Jeremy said, is a load board only for van or can flatbed get on the list? Right now it is only for solo OTR van 005 fleet. That's just how it is right now. Flatbed probably won't actually end up on the load board because your guys' freight is so kind of already locked in already. They had talked about it. No, hey, Life on 18 Wheels said I had to ask. No, you're good, man. Dude, I honestly don't mind when people ask. I just don't have an answer. That's what I hate is when I don't have an answer or a good answer or an informative answer, right? Gabe said, Brett said a few weeks ago it would be as early as June, but highly likely it will be officially August, right? That's kind of what they're saying. They're still kind of sticking to that. So we'll have to see what really happens as far as when they actually get it fully done. They did find some things here recently that were like pretty big problems, and that's what they're working on right now. I couldn't tell you exactly what those problems were because honestly, my brain is shot and I don't have that mental capacity right now. So I'm trying, guys. Let's just be real. So I never put the fuel surcharge across the bottom. I apologize. But yeah, so yeah, it's all good. Excuse me. Oh Lord, here we go. No, Jeremy, you're good. Hey, look, we like people asking questions. If you don't ask a question, chances are someone else has the same question you have, and they're usually too shy or bashful or whatever, afraid to ask for whatever reason. I don't know. I like to ask questions. I ask questions all the time. It's funny in the Army, Sergeant Major, we'd have these big sensing sessions, and my Sergeant Major would be up there. And he's like, "All right, who's got a question?" My hand would be up. Whoop, whoop, me. He's like, "You need to just come talk to me afterwards because I know you're gonna be something else." It was just up there, James. What the heck, man? Give me just a minute, buddy. Yeah, so if you guys want to take this conversation anywhere, you guys just let me know and we will go that route. Let me click on some other things here. If you want to call in, the number is 813 live SEC 813-548-3722. Hope that helps. Yeah. So how are you all doing, like, for real? It sucks. Like, freight, from everything I'm seeing, is just garbage right now. And then I, see a couple people here and there. They're like, "Oh, I'm doing great. Freight seems to be picking up. What's the outlook for May?" So that's a good time. I was watching the Dat IQ live today, and they're basically saying that if the bottom of this market doesn't take an upturn by Memorial Day, this year is going to be something else. I don't know how many of you guys were around for 19, but most of 19 was flat, and we stayed at the bottom of the market for like the whole year, and it was brutal. It's different now because of prices being different and that sort of thing. I don't know, man. I'm a little leery of what's happening, and even the guys at Dat IQ are just like, "Look, we need this market to turn or it's going to be brutal." What they said we need is a huge outflow of capacity. We need, unfortunately, a lot of carriers to go away. It just is what it is. I don't know. It's just a reality of what it is. Oh, hang on. Let me pull up who's on the phone. I don't know who this is, actually. So let's see. This could be fun. Well, hello, welcome.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, Charlie, what are you up to?
Oh, it's James. Hey, James, what's up, man? That's James Bond, everybody.
Oh, yeah, I got a question. What inspection sheet are you using at the Laredo terminal? Because I do a lot of those brokered loads that I've yet to ever have to do a brake measurement.
There's a brake measurement on that sheet.
No, there's not.
Well, the last time I was there was a brake measurement on there. It said there was so much blah, blah, whatever. I don't know, man. Look, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm telling you that I'm pretty positive.
I'm looking at the inspection sheet right now because I do a lot of those brokered loads where it goes into it. I'm looking at the inspection sheet. The only thing they ask for is for any type of trailer damage, tires, and that's about it. And I should know, I just put one here a couple of weeks ago into a broker.
Well, you know what? I'm
I
still
do
not
that all.
doing it. How's that?
Yeah, I'm
You want to fight about
just
it?
sitting there going,
I'm
whoa.
gonna come down there and we're just gonna
No,
fight
because,
about it, and I'm gonna tug on your beard and push your face in the mud or something. I don't know.
like I said, I like to know because I deal with those brokers all the time, and I'm like, wait, what do they need all of
Look,
that?
we all know that I don't do this a lot, that OTR thing, right? And the last time I was down
Yeah,
there, it's been a few months, but I swore there was a brake measurement on there, man. Look, maybe I'm wrong. I can admit it, but
right.
I'm
Let me
still.
tell you, I know because
Go ahead.
I keep a stack of these inspection sheets in my truck because I deal with those loads all the time.
Yeah, I'm just going through the quick lane. The hell with it. I don't care. They better find somebody to do the inspection.
I mean, I think majority of the time when I do the inspection sheet, it takes me like 5 minutes to do it,
Well, you're magical.
and I'm done. Yeah, well,
And you
that
do
is,
it
I
all the
know
time.
majority of the brokers. Exactly. No, when I first learned how to do it, yeah, I went right into the inspection lane. I had them do it and show me what needed to be done.
Okay,
So,
Michael Ford said there's no brake measurement, so then it must be true. I'm not taking your word, James, because to hell with you, you're batshit crazy. But Mike Ford said there's no measurement, so
yeah, I was gonna
you're
say,
welcome for that.
Right. I don't want batshit crazy. Come on, think about where I live at. Speaking of which, I am floating around down here around Calexico right now.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm not liking the load count. I think tomorrow morning I'm just gonna pack me and my balls up and we're gonna go back to Phoenix.
Oh, good luck there. I heard it's not
wait,
awesome there either.
it ain't awesome anywhere. I'm happy with 2,900 mile loaded that I got for the week. I'm happy with it. I got 152 mile deadhead. I'm happy.
Matt thinks I'm thinking about the tread
anymore.
depth. And you know what? You could absolutely be right, Matt. And that number I
Yeah,
could
there
actually
is
provide because I have a tread depth gauge, but whatever. Look, listen, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that if these brokers want these inspections done and Swift is saying we're going to fill out this dumb sheet, then they should do it. I'm just saying. Gabe said, you guys have a great one. Be safe. It's been a really busy day at home and the little one is dragging me out to go mow with the tractor. Nice. 6 weeks away from needing dad. So off I go. Hey, good man. Gabe, we'll see you, buddy. Appreciate you popping in even.
Yep, bye.
Oh, I wasn't rushing you off, James. James, I wasn't rushing you off. Anyhow, my bad. I was saying that's what Gabe was saying, man. Right, Matt? Being that I like to fondle tires, you know I got me a tread depth gauge, right? I'm just saying. James, thank you for calling in, buddy. I didn't mean to run you off. Gabe was typing up in the chat and he said he was leaving and stuff. And like I said, you're batshit crazy, so it's all good. Bear Hunter, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., or you have to do it yourself, apparently. There you go. I make sure I'm there between those times. No lie. Because I'm lazy. I'll take that. Why not? Bear Hunter, Sean, you have to fill it out, don't you? You're going to have to fill it out. That's a bummer. Mac 22. I don't know how to fill out this form. No. Don't do that. That's funny. Blackbeard said just got home Sunday. Deadhead all the way from Cali to Georgia. Holy hell. That's a lot, bro. That Blackbeard said just got home Sunday. Deadhead all the way from Cali to Georgia. Good God. Sorry, James. I didn't mean to I wasn't trying to rush you off the phone, man. Like I said, that was Gabe talking. I was telling people what he said. I apologize. Anyhow, thanks for calling. I appreciate you, buddy. Oh, shit, Blackbeard. I mean, poop. Sorry to hear that, brother. My thoughts are with you, man. I no words, brother. No words. I got none. Nothing ever makes it better. So I'm sorry for you, man. please pass on my best to you and yours. Look, you got me all messed up now. Wow. Look, see what? Oh, good God. I get all touchy on this stuff, man. Whew. I feel for you, brother. I feel for you. Anyhow, hey, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, by all means, please throw it up there and we will get to that. And yeah, seriously, life on 18 wheels, pass on the same thing, man. With you and yours. God, my deepest thoughts, brother. You know, I was going to invite someone on today and then I ran out of time and I was really hoping to get it pulled off. And since I was talking about maintenance stuff, I was going to bring on someone that does mechanical stuff. He's a mechanical dude. And then I forgot and I ran out of time and I thought that'd be good. Hey, Mike, the fuel surcharge is down there 0.466 and the West Coast is 0.09 still, buddy. And, you know, for any of you guys, that May 1 deadline's coming up. If you haven't already, you definitely want to go check out the Seabright stuff. 800-366-6466. You need to get that done if you haven't already done it. I haven't heard about another extension or anything like that, so you really might want to get on that. Look, if you're going to OIDA or some other insurance, even if you don't go with Seabright, but I think Seabright's going to be a really good option for you, just simply based on the service level and what we're getting from those guys, because Tony Dennis and his people over there at Seabright have done amazing things for us. Even if you're not a Swift contractor, get this, they could still probably get you an amazing rate. We've heard about a lot of people who weren't contracted to Swift and called them up and ended up saving tons of money. I mean, several $100s monthly, because they're able to build a program that makes sense and covers you. And, you know, on that subject, check this out. Jeff Reese did a podcast with Tony Dennis. It's called Reese's Pieces. You'll see the link scrolling across the bottom of the screen here. It's cdllife.com/2023 Reese's-Pieces on insurance. Are you properly covered? I highly recommend checking that out. And I'm going to show you the page, what it looks like here, because I think it's kind of a cool deal. Where'd it go? Share screen. God, I wonder if I could actually play it. But you guys might get mad at me if I play a 30-minute podcast on here. But it's a pretty good podcast, so I'm not going to play it. I wish I could. Maybe I'll do that one day. But if you go up here to this wonderful spot, it's on CDL Life. It's called Reese's Pieces on Insurance. Are you properly covered? If you scroll down, it's funny, I'm scrolling on the wrong screen. That's great. I win. If you scroll down to the bottom of that article, you'll be able to find this little player down here at the bottom. And if you hit play, you'll hear that podcast. It's 37 minutes long, and it's worth every minute of listening, because hearing Tony and Jeff talk about this stuff is absolutely amazing. There's a lot of information there as far as, you know, how Tony came to be doing what he's doing and why he does it, and just how this whole community that we're, you know, becoming a part of and joining and being associated with is amazing, because these guys are great. Like, seriously. So yeah, I would highly recommend taking a listen to that podcast. Jeff Morton and I actually recorded a podcast with Reese. Not sure when that's going to happen, when that's going to be out, but that's going to be cool. I think we had a good time doing it. And yeah, Matt asked if I read the article about the rail freight. Excuse me, deal. Yeah, that was kind of a gnarly, interesting thing. that whole article that was put out, which is funny because, okay, so and then they used a photo from one of our group members, and it was crazy that they used that photo. I mean, it was this dude's like legit personal photo, and somebody on this thing snatched it up. It seemed crazy. It was a Gabrielle Rogers photo. And it's kind of a cool thing. I thought it was neat. Let me swap things here. I thought this was a neat thing. Give me 1 second to swap screens. Present, share screen. Yes. But that one right there, on ccjdigital.com is this article about Knight Swift signs intermodal truckload deal with a new rail giant. I'm a little torn by this. I mean, I get that they're trying to do all that, right? But yeah, it was a great picture though. It really is a great picture. I'm like so not gonna lie. I really dig that picture. It's a bummer that you didn't get the credit for that picture. And I would contact them and be like, yo, where did you get my picture? And why am I not credited? Because that's like a legit thing to me. I'm sorry. That's you should at least get credit for the picture. So yeah, I'm just saying. Anyhow, I should probably get rid of that. Anyhow, good Lord. It's that rail company's big deal is one of their big selling points is removing 64,000 trucks from the road a year, or 64,000 loads off the road a year, right? And in a market like we're in right now, man, that sucks. Look, I'm selfish for us, right? We need freight. Freight sucks out here. Not sure what's going on, and it's kind of one of those times where everything is just kind of up in the air and everybody's nervous and things like that. And it's hard for a lot of guys to hang on. I mean, look, it's not easy for me right now. I got a truck payment that the works like everybody else out here that's doing this thing. Went from having no truck payment to this crazy stuff again. So yeah, I mean, I ain't crying. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna catch back up here on the CW said, how does cargo claims work now? Cargo insurance is still covered by Swift, is my understanding. We are insuring the trailer. Basically, we are, but we're not. We're insuring the cost of the deductibles. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Not sure I'm explaining that right. But you know what we're gonna do? I think we're gonna try and have Tony on next week, and we're gonna talk about this claim stuff specifically because we had a really good discussion about it at the Vegas deal that we had, and he really broke it down as far as how to handle claims and things like that, and he will be able to dip into it. I am not an insurance professional, so I'm not going to try and speak above what I actually know. The best I can give you is, my personal experience, things like that. But that's not locking it into anything, right? So yeah, oh, Life on 18 Wheels would have loved credit, but it's all good. Yeah, seriously. That's a great picture, by the way. I do like that picture. I was impressed with it the first time I saw it. I wasn't actually fully aware that you actually took that picture. I thought it was a great shot nonetheless. So yeah, I don't know. This whole rail thing is it seems like it's a big deal headed down into Mexico and back and forth from there. I guess this company has a huge rail crossing that they have like sole access to, which is making the border crossing pretty easy. But the big thing seems to be this running from Chicago straight into Mexico back into Chicago. And that's a lot of miles a lot of us could be running. I don't know. I don't know where stuff's going from Chicago. Victor Jackson, what's up, man? Oh my gosh, the Jeff Morton just popped up. He's been working. Wait, the Jeff Morton popped up. That sounds funny. I'm gonna throw him in there. Look at that. Jeff Morton, how the heck are you, buddy?
Amen.
You look tired, brother. You look like you're done. You're ready for
I'm
a
done.
nap.
Done
Yep,
for the
look.
day.
You gonna lay down right there? Oh, he's back.
So what are we talking about now?
Excuse me. We were talking about that rail deal just now. What is the
okay.
route? That route, from what I was seeing, is like the Chicago area down into Mexico. You know what? Let me pull this up and actually see what the hell it said, because now I don't remember, and now I feel like I should know, but I don't. I know Schneider National is one of the big ones that came on. Swift is signing into this deal. I guess they've got a big deal with these guys. Yeah, it said it was
Nice.
crossing somewhere specifically. I'm skimming. Bear with me just a minute. Single line railroad connection. Mexico. Transmitting is growing LT offering benefit newly created railroad. Allows us to continue supporting our customers in new and different ways to provide thoughtful solutions with a solid underlying service product. I thought it said which crossing it had, but I can't find that. I got stuck once I saw that 64,000 long haul truck shipments being pulled off the road each year. It kind of hurt my head a little bit. Made me a little bit sad. Just because I don't want to see any freight coming off the road right now, right? I mean, Lord knows we can't afford it right now. Oh, it's crossing at Laredo. That train route is crossing the Rio at in Laredo, so that's where their big market is. So I don't know. It's kind of a crazy thing. So Roland, what they're saying is like they're pushing running this intermodal service between Chicago and all major points in Mexico. So pushing a lot of freight to Chicago and then to Mexico from there. So I don't know, man. I'm not sure how this is going to affect us. I really don't. And you know, if I happen to be around Monday, maybe I can ask Adam Miller, because he's going to be at the Ocala terminal on Monday. I just found out today.
You'll be there.
Maybe I can actually be home on a Monday and talk to him, because I will definitely ask. I mean, it'd be. I'm curious to know how that's going to play out. I don't know.
Yeah, but if it's intermodal, won't that just go on the train from border to border? Assuming they could keep the trains from wrecking. I mean,
right? You know, but this thing is specifically saying that on CPKC's north-south flagship intermodal service between Chicago and all major points in Mexico. Schneider 2 will begin moving certain freight on CPKC's railway in mid-May, and that's when Swift is supposed to be doing it. So I guess come May, we'll see what's going on with that. I don't know. But yeah, their big thing is to get 64,000 truckloads off of the roads in the next year. And they're opening up a second rail span by the end of 2024, so they can double their capacity crossing the border. Yeah, or be on strike, like Sue said.
right.
We can keep them from derailing or going on strike. Oh, who did you want to talk with earlier? There was somebody. Where'd it go? Let me scroll back up.
I don't know.
You said you wanted to argue.
I'm willing to argue about that oil change thing.
Okay.
Because you know how often I change my oil.
Right.
And with 875,000 miles on the truck right now, I have no indications, zero, none in my oil sample that I will need an M frame anytime soon. There's nothing in the oil, nothing. And I change the oil when the lab tells me to, which is right around 130,000 miles. So there you go.
There you go.
I
There
mean,
you have it.
The reason I use the word argue is because this is science, guys.
Right.
You know, we get into this thing where, oh, well, I've always just changed my oil at 25,000. Why? Tell me why. You tell me why you're changing your
Right.
oil. In today's market, that's what, Charlie? $300 for the oil?
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's a lot of money. And, you know, why are you changing it? The most common thing that I hear people say is because it's dirty. And then I come back with, how do you know it's dirty?
Right.
Do you taste it? Do you feel it? Do you smell it? What are you doing to determine that oil is dirty?
The
Because
guys
then
that
if
say
you
they
sold,
taste it freak me out.
yeah, those guys are weird. But you know, if you can feel grit between your fingers on that oil, you're way past doing damage to your engine, bro. There's something going on there. You should not feel grit at all. Um, if you can smell something, again, you're okay. I'll address that. The oil viscosity starts to break down. Yes, it does, but not enough to do damage to your engine. That is completely false. I challenge anybody to do this. Get an oil sample at your
Right.
50,000 mile mark before you change the oil. When they're draining it out of the plug, right? Ask
I'm
them to
gonna get
fill the
one on my
little
next one.
ask them to fill the little bottle up and send it to the lab and see what your viscosity is.
I have an OPS bottle and everything.
There you go.
I'm gonna do it. I wish I had thought about it today. I would have asked them to pull a sample while they were doing it, and I just
And
didn't think
you
about
know, if you're on extended drains, your oil viscosity is so low as it is. I mean, you're using that full synthetic. You know, you're going all the way down to a 5 weight. You know,
it. I think I want to say that I'm not on a full synthetic though. I think they're using
Yeah.
a blend.
Yeah.
I think that's what I saw last time. Just
well,
throwing it out.
you know, with full synthetic, you can get a fuel mileage bump on that stuff.
Right.
But unless you're doing the extended oil drains, it doesn't pencil out. You gotta be getting. I did the math one time. It was something like 100,000 miles between drains before that stuff actually pencils out.
Right.
So
CW. So far, I can tell you, my oil temps have been pretty steady.
mhm.
I haven't seen any change in the 50,000 range. Honest to God.
Yeah.
But
Heavy loads on hills. I used to live in Oregon when I first started using the OPS. I lived in Oregon. And I talk about heavy on hills all the time.
right.
Come on, man, bring it. I got an argument for everything on this one
Just
because
icy today. It's great. Oh my God.
'cause,
They're gonna
you
call you
know,
the mean guy today. Thank God it's not me. I'm
well,
too
you
tired
know
and
that just means NARC needs to hurry up and make those frickin' paper plate things for us, so they
right.
can say, "Jabba." Yeah. No, this is
Jeff
one of
and
those
Charlie
things
heads on
that
sticks.
this is one of those things, Charlie, that this is a hill I will die on. And you know, I'm not alone. You know, Kevin Rutherford will die on this hill. Um, uh, there's all sorts of people out there that'll die on this hill, and the reason is we're doing. Okay, yeah, I see you pointing. You're confusing me in my tired brain
I'm
state
sorry,
here.
man. I'm sorry, dude.
So again, you know, running your business, trying to run as efficiently as possible, cutting costs, doing the best for your engine is part of cutting costs. I have a bypass filter on my truck that filters down to 1 micron. You know, my main oil filter, the one that you normally change during a B service, Charlie, does
Right.
absolutely nothing at this point. Nothing.
That's great.
I change it anyway because, you know, why not? But yeah. So when you go and do this thing, actually look at the science, right? Look at do your lab results, monitor
What do the
your
lab tests
engine.
cost?
You know what? I don't know because I buy the whole kit at the same time with the filter and
Right.
it's like $40 a filter if you get the 6-pack. And that comes with the OPS filter, the big one, and a sample test kit, prepaid shipping,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
I don't
So,
know.
so if I had to guess, I would say half of what I pay is the oil sample and half of what I pay is that filter.
I wonder
Know
if there's
what?
a price for that. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
I bet it is. Where's my Pittsburgh Power? I'm a bad man, Charlie. I don't have Pittsburgh Power.
I got it
Bookmark.
open already. I'm looking right now. Two. Yeah, it's measuring cup. OPS. Oh my gosh. Oil OPS filtration system.
Oh wow, the oil analysis sample kit's kind of spendy actually. $46.
Yeah.
Then again, the last time I bought my pack was over 6 months ago. So the price might have gone up.
Get a 5-pack for $230.
Mm-hmm.
The coolant. Good Lord, the coolant analysis, $94. Holy hell. That seems high for coolant, doesn't it? For a coolant analysis? I don't know. I guess it's lab magical stuff, so
I guess.
Seems crazy.
So what is that?
$55 is what I see for the oil analysis sample kit.
Oh, I was looking at Canada. Stupid Canada.
Ha! Canada. Look, we're gonna get in trouble for that one. That was Jeff's fault. That was Jeff.
I've been polluted by South Park.
Oh Lord. Anyhow, so if you guys got any other questions, by all means throw them up. I mean, we can sit here and rant on it. But David Dunn thought you wanted to argue about not buying outside trucks, and I didn't really have an argument.
Heavens, no. I'm not going to argue against that.
You know, it's funny because when you said that you'll argue is right when I was saying that I wouldn't argue with you. I won't argue about buying outside trucks. It is the smarter way to do it. Leasing a truck is the least cost up front to get into, but more expensive over the long term.
Yeah. Well,
and as long as people are doing it, we're going to help them.
I heard your response to that, and David, the thing is that so you have the Rutherfords. I heard Charlie read your comment about that is so against leasing trucks that he's not that helpful to people that lease trucks. We'll just put it that way. We decided when we started this that there are so many people that go about it in what could arguably be the wrong way by leasing trucks.
Right.
And why don't we just help people make money? I don't care how you got your equipment. I will tell you before you become an owner operator that the best way to get equipment is to save up, $50,000 and go buy a truck from Arrow Truck Sales.
Absolutely.
That's the best way to get a truck if you can. The second best way is to come up with 20-25% down that a truck dealership's going to want and finance a truck. That's the next best way. The worst way to get a truck is to lease a truck from IAL. That's a fact. But how many thousands of people do that every year? Not just a Swift, but all these other carriers that have lease purchase programs. And we just feel that they got left out in the cold on the help department.
Right.
They'll get called idiots. They'll be, oh, well, you don't need to be an owner operator if you can go out and buy it. All that stuff, right? And we're just like, no. I told Charlie earlier today, you look at any Fortune 500 company out there, do they own any of those computers that are in their building, Charlie? What do you think? They don't own a single one of those. They lease those computers. So leasing equipment is a way to do business. In our industry, it is the worst way, but it is a way. Oh, look at that. Charlie sharing
There's
his
the
screen and stuff.
sample
I'm
kit right
glad.
there.
I'm glad you
$55.
shared. I'm glad you shared the right window, because that other one's embarrassing.
Hey, you stop it. You're a dirty man. Dirty man. Oh, so Jeremy Terry asked, what's the best site to get an LLC? He said LLC, by the way, not OLC, LLC. It depends on what it is you're actually after. Are you looking to get an LLC with an S Corp designation?
I have an answer to this.
Go ahead.
That you'll like, Charlie. That's an easier answer.
I know.
What you do is you talk to Colton at Trucker CFO.
Did you notice
Tell
the
him
top
what your
right corner
goals are.
The screen there.
Yep. Tell him what
Right
your
there.
goals are, and he will do whatever you want him to do. And he'll have it done in a week, tops. The reason I say that is because when you look at some of these websites, like LegalZoom, Charlie and I were recently looking at LegalZoom for the Contractors Corner side of things. And, they've got their little, you can do this and it costs this much. But then if you want legal advice, if you want any accounting advice, all of a sudden you're up to $1,000 for all that.
Right.
So, especially if you're already a client of Trucker CFO, give him a call. Have him do an
By all
analysis
means.
of your business. And he'll get you set up for less with much better advice. I mean, he had us set up with an LLC for Contractors Corner in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, it was awesome. We're like
And
all
we're like,
legit
crap.
and stuff.
We didn't know what to do with that.
Right? Like it was super fast.
Because I went through the other guys and it took them a month to set up my LLC incorrectly.
Right.
So, and they charged me $100 more than what Colton charged us. So there you go.
My sweet angel little wife brought me a cough drop. Ow. I just hit my microphone.
Sue Smith says, agree, but there are reasons for a leasing, either for a personal reason or for your business. I personally advocate for purchasing. And that's kind of the name of the game. You're in business.
Right.
Make a choice.
Right.
Choose your path to ownership. But even with lease purchases, your goal should be ownership at the end of that lease.
Right.
I mean, one of the things, Charlie was talking earlier about how freight just sucks right now, right? I could pay my bills off 1,000 miles a week right now. You know why? I don't owe any money on my truck. That's the difference. Right. I'm not out here pounding pavement just to make a lease payment so then I can make some money. Right. It took me a while. Charlie knows it took me way too long to get to ownership, but I finally did. And now I just, if I turn the key on, I'm making money. And that's where you need to be.
Excuse me. Sorry. Matt says, as far as maintenance is concerned, with those of us leasing, is that we are obligated to the terms of our contract. Things you could do yourself, like oil and filter changes, are to be done by a shop because of the warranty. It's not actually because of the warranty. It's because of the leasing company's requirement. The warranty, if you can show, technically with a warranty, that you can show that you are doing the work that needs to be done, the maintenance that needs to be done, they can't void your warranty for that reason, just because it wasn't done by an official.
Right. It just has
whatever.
to be documented. Keep your receipts for the oil and this and that and all the parts. I'm going to disagree with you again, CW. I'm on fire.
I'm disagreeing too.
CW says purchase is great for solo, but teams benefit from a lease because we're usually close to 1 million miles at the end of the lease, in my opinion. So what? So you're at 1 million miles. I'm almost at 1 million miles. I'm another, according to my oil samples and how the truck's performing, I'm another 500,000 miles away from needing an engine rebuild. That engine rebuild in the market by the time I get there will probably cost me about 50 grand. which is less expensive, 50 grand for an M frame, or
Or
$200,000 for a
200, yeah.
truck? Now, if you want
I'm
it,
gonna say 50 grand.
now the guys I can't argue with on that are the guys that say, "Well, I just like driving a new truck." Okay,
Hey, yep.
cool. I like new trucks too.
End of
I just can't
story.
afford. I just don't feel like I can afford one.
Right. Look,
Um,
Chew's got 1.7 million miles on it. Only reason I stopped driving is because honestly, my back could not take that suspension anymore. And I was gonna need a bunch of work coming up probably in the next year that I didn't want to pay for right now.
Yeah,
But I
his
still
was going
got
to be
Chewy.
different because you were on that second rebuild
Yeah.
cycle, which is more
I
expensive.
did find out that I'm probably actually okay for an in-frame, and that all those seals I was worried about could probably just be replaced while doing the in-frame just from below and above.
Oh,
Yeah,
so if
it
you
was kind of
wanted
an
to
interesting
rebuild,
conversation.
so if you wanted to do like an Allen, rebuild it and put
Right.
it back in service on the other side of things, you could.
Yep.
Yes,
So I'm
yes, put
actually
some.
seriously contemplating that.
So yes, put some young guy in there that's not worried about his back.
Right. Or keep it for when, I don't know, maybe, who knows, man? Nobody knows what tomorrow brings, right? And weird things happen every day. Maybe I need that truck for another reason, and I still have it. Unless someone wants to give me 20 grand for it today, I'm gonna probably keep it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it is. I'll take 20 grand for it right now. Anybody want to offer me 20 grand, you could have it. But I don't think anybody's gonna give me 20 grand today. So there you go.
Yeah, lifetime 18 wheels mileage on a truck is different from mileage on a car. Absolutely. Cars are pretty much. So when I was selling cars, I found this out, Charlie. Most cars out of the factory have an engineered life cycle of like 600,000 miles. Here in America,
I'm surprised it's that long.
we trade them in a lot sooner because we're Americans, and we don't maintain our cars all that great. I'm as guilty as anybody else on that, by the way. So don't feel like I'm
America.
Yep.
America.
On a truck, on a money-making
America.
asset like my Class 8 truck, I do that dang maintenance.
Right. Sue said, agree but disagree. I was a team with Swift. So run that vehicle to a point and hire an employee to run that truck and get another vehicle for the team aspect. These trucks are made to run millions of miles. Absolutely.
If you manage the truck.
Miles, if you manage the truck, right? What is your goal, Sue said. Sue is on it tonight. I appreciate you. It was so hard not to hug Sue because I'm a hugger. Everybody knows I'm a hugger, right? And I walked in her office and she's like, hey, I'm like, no, I can't do it. Stay the hell away from me. She's like, you're sick. I'm like, back.
So when we met in Vegas, Charlie, you weren't paying attention. And you went in to hug Donna, my wife. You know what I did? I went in and hugged your wife.
That's awesome.
And I scowled at you while I was doing it.
Did you touch her butt?
No. And notice there was no hesitation.
I wouldn't have got mad.
There. No.
I wouldn't have got mad. I'm just saying.
And I think Rose.
I did not touch Donna's butt. Funny. She would have cut me. I know that.
Yes, she would have.
I know there. She got boundaries. Hey, look at that, Craig Hudson, bro. Are you back from Ghana yet? How was that trip, or how is the trip? Man, that's awesome. I'm just throwing it out there. Sue, then make it. But how are you going to do it? Oh, she said that was an answer to CW. Just out here making money, Sue. Yeah, could sell for your balloon payment, Charles. My balloon payment's $82,000. I can't sell my truck for 82 right now. I'll take 20.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure right now that I ain't getting 80. Look, if I find a sucker to pay 80,
put some leak stop in that bitch and just go.
Look, sawdust. I mean, whatever. Yeah, the hell with it. Someone's giving me 80. I'll do some things. I'll dance naked. Whatever. What? That's weird. Oh my God. Where are we going?
So, life on 18 wheels. So it's been a while since I sold cars, like 15, 16 years now. But what I learned was not anymore. All the cars are pretty much built the same. They got different body styles. That's about it.
Right.
It's weird when you dig into, you know, the different car manufacturers. You got your Chevy guys, you got your Ford guys, whatever. I'm not an anybody guy. I drive what I can afford, and yeah, it's bizarre. Just whatever car you like, it's probably going to last about the same these days.
Jeff, did you hear my announce at the start of the show?
No, you were late.
I was not late, man. Dude, when you even typed it that said I was late, the clock said 4:59 or 5:59 my time.
And the intro never played.
You're broken.
Mm-hmm.
You're
And you
broken
didn't
because
sound-
everybody said
and-
everything else was
and-
fine.
And you didn't sound like you were in a warehouse at the beginning of the show either.
No, that I did because I was on the wrong mic. I was on, dude. I was on the Kyle Pro mic for some reason. I don't know when it swapped, but it did. I was like, no, I'm looking at my board. I'm looking at my soundbar. I'm like, look, it's fine. Yeah, I had no idea. I'm broken.
So CW says just suffering through the slow right now, Sue. So I had a conversation with Tony Dennis today, and he was asking me about, hey, it's kind of weird to us. We had 3 guys that bought our insurance, but then just turned their trucks in. And we had this little conversation about what the markets are
Right.
doing out here in our operation, and Charley and I have both been through this before a couple times. And you know what? When people start leaving like that, just turning their trucks in and walking away, is usually right before the turnaround happens.
I'm
And so
hoping.
if you can hold on through the end, I mean, a lot of us have been through this before. If you can hold on to the end when the turnaround happens, and there's more freight than you can scratch a stick at because all these people quit, we're going to do pretty well for a couple of years.
Yep. Sue said, hang in there, fight through it. It's worth it. There are ups and downs in every business. And Craig just got back. Literally just got back this evening. 11-hour flight from Ghana. Trip was amazing, man. I'd like to hear some of it. You're gonna have to do a write up in Contractors Corner, bro, because I'm interested to hear how it all went. Seriously. Jeff's dying over there. Pretty sure that was a fur ball.
Yep.
CW said, yep, been out here 28 years now, so he's seen a few of them as well. And Sue said, you got this. You got this. And look, it's hard right now, especially for the guys that only know the high of the COVID era.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys came in when gangbusters, right? And we kept saying, save money, save money, save money. And look, I'm guilty of this myself, right? I can absolutely tell you I am guilty of this myself. Did not save enough for what's going on right now. So, things get tight. You got to start making adjustments to real life. And that's just how it is. I mean, you do what you got to do to keep the business going so that when, the business takes care of you.
Yep.
Victor said, let's go to Cancun in September.
Mm-hmm.
Man, okay. You're buying.
So
I'll
you
fly.
haven't made fun of me for breaking the rules yet.
I have not. Jeff was driving fast today, but since he's here, he can tell you all about it.
Yeah, I've been driving 68 since yesterday. And it's just one of those things, man. With freight the way it is, I saw this opportunity. And the load I'm on right now literally requires me to go 68 to try and get it in there before they close.
Right.
For a live unload. But it puts me in a position for a load going from Kentucky all the way to California that picks up on Thursday, which I would not have gotten if I didn't do this.
Right.
So it's kind of one of those things where, hey, man, right now, you talk about doing things you don't normally do. This is one of those things. I'm going to eat it on this load with low fuel mileage, but I can, the one going to California is 2,200 miles and has 6 days on it. So I can just do my 60, and it only weighs 6,000 pounds.
Right.
So cabinets. So, I mean, well, you got to look at one of the things talking to my OOC was, okay, well, if I do this thing, because I need to
Dana.
move, the Dana, yeah. I was talking to her about it. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make the actual delivery time. She said, oh, you can, as long as you get there by this time, they'll unload you. I'm like, okay, but I'm still going to have to do 68 just to do that. Well, let's see what there is at the other end. And there was a couple loads there, and I ended up getting a pretty good stack for the first time in probably, a month and a half. I mean, I, just like everybody else, I'm doing that, 1,800 mile a week thing. And going, hey, 1,800 miles,
He was CW. That's legit right there. I like it. They do plan their loads at 50 or 55. He was given one though that was late
by a day.
Yeah, go figure. So in order for him to try and make it there as close to on time as possible, that's why he's doing that. But it's cool. Kick him, kick both of us. I don't mind. I dig it. I think it's funny. Look, Jeff, the announce was, this is the last cigar I have in my possession.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
I intentionally didn't go buy any more today. And I am nursing this sucker. I've had it for an hour and a little over an hour and a half.
Well, with your lungs rattling the way they are, it's a good time to get over the nicotine at least.
I'd say that's a dead soldier. So, let's see how it goes.
I will be following up with you on that. Watch, look, Charley won't answer the phone now for 2 days.
Yeah, don't bust my balls, okay? Don't bust my balls. Busting my balls ain't gonna help. Trust me. Just let me work through it for a little bit, and we'll get there. Because I will not be a pleasant person for the next couple of days. I can promise you that. CW said, yeah, that's about all we run is this late stuff. And I'm not going to put your comment up. James said he's back and he just about screwed up. Almost landed in Mexico. I've been there. And it's bad because I carry a firearm and lots of ammo. And I get very tight when I get close to that border. Just saying, it worries the hell out of me. I still remember that damn story about that trucker that had a load of ammo, made the wrong turn. And they're like, oh, just turn around here at the bottom of the building. Just go around the customs building, right? And the Mexican side hemmed him up. Yeah. I don't even understand what happened there. Wow. That was crazy.
The guy was a former Marine too, wasn't he? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was crazy. I don't even know what happened to the dude. Like, the story went away after a while, and I just never heard the disposition of that. I knew that he was in a Mexican jail for at least a week, and then the story vanished. So I don't know what happened to that, and it still bothers me to this day. Another cop drop. Here we go. Bills and Dispatch says live Constantly. It's saying drop. Phoenix ECT. There you go. And look, what did Sue follow up with? Voice your choice, sir.
Oh, so Bear Hunter, look. Do they not have an empty trailer for you?
It sucks. Maybe it was my new best friend, James Livingston, CSR from Swift Transportation.
Yeah. You see me reaching for the timeout button.
Look, buddy? I got it in once, right? I was telling Sue about that today. I'm like, yeah, you should go back and watch that show, Sue. I think you missed something there. I only said his name like 47 times last week.
Something like that, yeah. Oh, man.
Said, all stories vanish that come from Mexico.
Yeah.
It's like the Bermuda Triangle. Just boop. Who knows? Like, I dude could still be down there for all I know.
Yeah.
Or some cool guys went down there and broke him out. That would be a cool story to hear about. I'd like to. We should write that story.
Okay.
There's our book, Jeff.
Yeah.
all about a U.S. trucker hauling ammo makes a wrong turn. U.S. Custom Border Patrol says, "Yeah, bro, just turn around at the end right there, and you'll be fine. Don't sweat it." Next thing you know, he's getting slammed on the ground in a Mexican jail. He's being pimped out, and his new name is Carlita. What?
That sounds
That's-
like a First Blood movie in the making.
That's a terrible movie. Maybe we could get Liam Neeson.
There you go. He
And
does
he'll be
have
like-
a particular set of skills.
We'll make the truck driver his son.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll be like Taken 19. Oh, script idea. We've got it. That's it. Jeff and I are retiring from truck driving tomorrow. We're going to write this screenplay tonight, send it over to Liam's people, and we're going to get that made. He's going to be like, "You've taken my daughter. My son. Give him back."
Well, let's
he's
not
gonna-
make any. Let's not make any assumptions here.
True enough. "You've taken my truck driving offspring." See what I did there?
I will get them.
They, him, her, they, them. We're gonna get in trouble for this.
Hey, I'm
Some-
immune. I'm immune from that because my daughter's fiance is a they them, so I can say whatever I want now because I'm in the family.
I can't keep up with it. I'm just saying. Hey, there you go. Sue said it may not fix the immediate issue, but what about future issues? That's right. You know what, Sean? Look out for the other guy. To hell with you. We don't care about you. Just
Yeah,
wait.
remember we had last time we had Brett on and this came up. He actually went into Voice Your Choice, and under ECT, they're like 99% positive reviews, man.
Right?
And we're just
crazy.
like, I don't know how that is. You know.
Oh, he said, "I guess you don't understand my predicament. I have no number for Laredo. It goes to
talk to-
Phoenix. Can't do
just talk
empty
to
calls, so I can't get next load."
Yeah, but Phoenix can fix that for you if you can get
Yeah,
somebody.
Phoenix should be able to fix that.
I mean, I have that happen a couple times a year, and they just switch it and do my empty call for me and get me dispatched. It takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I still have a VYC that I need to work on. That's probably actually going to turn into a big email because I don't think there's enough characters for me to voice my choice on
The man,
that dude.
your nemesis.
Last name Livingston. Anyhow, CSR Swift Transportation. Victor. Hey, Sean. Victor said call him. He's got a number. Call him. Do it right now. Make it happen, Captain. Oh, Lord. There was something else I wanted to talk
Alright.
about, and I forgot what it was.
I don't know.
Did you see my little logos up at the top of the screen, Jeff? That I've been rotating?
Oh,
What do you think?
that's nifty. That's pretty snazzy.
I made that today. Watch this. We got another one. Pow. What do you think about that?
That's pretty nifty. I like it.
You like that? Jeff didn't see my handiwork today. Just saying. Hey, any of you guys not on the fuel card yet? There you go. Right there. ESSuccessandtrucking.com/CC. Just saying, check it out. So yeah, we're gonna try and get Tony on next week, I think is what you said, Jeff.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
we
we
talk about
wanna-
this claim
we're gonna-
stuff and
Yeah, we're going to talk about managing your claim if you get into an accident. And he said a lot of stuff during the conference that I was just like, oh, I never really considered that. So we're going to let him explain all of that next week. How to basically manage the claim in such a way that you're doing the math to figure out which way is best to do it, and getting your truck back out there and working and all sorts of neat stuff.
CW has asked, did the person that asked about the inspection forms from Laredo get an answer? Yes, dude. We got it covered. And yeah.
I just did a load down to Laredo about 3 weeks ago and went up to the inspection bay and they did it for me.
Yeah, apparently you got to be there before 3, or I think is what
Yeah, it's like
Sean said
between
earlier.
6 and 3 or something like
Yeah,
that.
7 and 3, some nonsense like that. I don't know.
What I used to do was show up in the middle of the night and camp out in front of the bay.
That's what I do. Like legit. All good, CW. All good. Yeah, he in fact that was Sean, Bear Hunter. And now he's on to new problems with that load. So there you go. He's gotten out of that problem, filled up the form, and then
I think in all the years down in Laredo, and it was paper rolls. And the place was one of those weird horseshoe shaped warehouses that was obviously built before 53-foot trailers were invented.
Right.
So fun.
Seriously.
I mean,
Oh, you've got some connection issue. That's cool.
yeah, just go from.
Oh,
Where am I
Jeff's
at?
like a robot. Anybody else enjoying this?
In
It's
Morton,
fun.
Tennessee.
I want to watch this. Watch this. Oh man, you started moving again. Dang it. Yeah, he's got connection issues. It's great. Which is funny because you've been great all the way up until this minute. That's pretty awesome. Somebody must have done something weird to your signal all of a sudden. Look, at least you were good for most of the time you've been here. But if you guys got any questions, by all means, throw them up. Or we can wrap this thing early if y'all want to. It's totally up to you. Oh, Jeff poofed right out of the whole studio. That was great. He just vanished. He's like, deuces, y'all. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, Roland. Sean didn't know what the hell to do with the inspection sheet, and he's like, yeah, we got it all worked out though. Now he's on to trying to get rid of his load, and he can't. It's kind of funny. Jeff is back. Let's see if he remembers how to push buttons. This will be fun to watch for a minute. He's kind of there. Is he there? Oh, look, he is there. Jeff, are you there? Jeffrey Morton.
You
better stop. Get out of here.
Yeah, sometimes all I have to do is get out and get back in. It'll sync back up.
I wish that would have been the case for me that week in Utah. You know what? You said that you're normally at that TA when you do the show, when you have to do it there the few times. I was at the J. Now, I know it doesn't seem like it's that far, but it very well could have been just that little bit of a distance that made the difference. And it was crazy, dude.
Well, with the way the mountains are around there, that kind of makes sense.
I'm not sure what she's saying here.
What she wants to say is call their asses back, but she's not willing to say that on our show.
To fix your e-call. Okay, I could see that. That's fair. I don't know. I look, I'm not good with codes today at all. I may have taken too much cold medicine, not liquor. Liquor may help, honestly.
Do you know that NyQuil doesn't have alcohol in it anymore?
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's good. CW, you, sir, sound exactly like me. I'm like, freeform. Can you fix my e-call or T-call and send dispatch, please? And I move on. It's terrible. And I've had it bite me in the ass terribly one time. I got like 50 miles down the road. They're like, no, bro, you need to go back to that trailer. I'm like, what? That sucked.
I had one last year where it was one of those places where you couldn't take in a trailer older than 10 years old.
Oh.
And they had loaded an 08 trailer. And really spotty coverage. It was up on the Puget Sound. And I'm like 20 miles down the road when I get the message that the trailer is unauthorized. I'm like, what?
Right.
I brought a 2019 trailer in there. Turns out it was the trailer they loaded.
Right. You're like, bro, I'm
And
out.
I'm out. And if you know that road to those mills out there in the Puget Sound, there is no turning around.
Right?
You got to get back out to I-5.
Yeah. Go out there and
So
play in the clover for a minute just to get turned around.
of course, ECT didn't have the authorization to change anything like that. So I just said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll just wait till tomorrow when my OC is in and she'll fix it for me. And she did.
Right? Thank God for that.
But they loaded it. They loaded it, man. I mean, come on.
Right? Can you imagine like getting a full day down the road? Like, nah, bro, you shouldn't have took it. I'm like, no, bro, they shouldn't have loaded it.
Well, she literally said, well, can you go back and transload it? And I'm like, no, I'm not
That's
doing
funny.
that. They loaded the trailer. That's on them, man.
You're like, okay, for $227.13 an hour, I will do that.
There you go.
That seems like a fair trade to me. CW said, I'll go and pick up my next load and tell them they need to fix it ASAP because I'm already sending the paperwork to Engage and rolling on to the next when they don't fix it. That's funny. Inbound or outbound for Pruitt?
Well, is he down in Laredo? Is that where he's at?
Who? Sean?
Yeah.
Sean is, yeah.
So is he picking up in the yard like is normal?
I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Because
He's
if you're
probably on the
picking up
phone
in
right
the
now, not
yard,
even listening to us anymore.
so Sean, if you're still hearing us, what I would probably do is just go to the terminal if you're picking up a one of those imports that's at the terminal, and when you ask for your paperwork inside, they're going to see that your empty call's not done, and they'll do it for you.
Or you'll get kicked in the teeth.
Yeah.
It just seems lately that there's an awful lot of teeth kicking going on, right? I'm just saying.
I guess.
I'm a little leery of the teeth kicking right now. So
Don't you have to have teeth for that?
shut your mouth. You want to fight? Oh God!
See how upset I made him? He's all coughing and spitting now.
Oh, dude, I almost choked on this stupid cough drop. Like this
pretty
tiny
sad.
little piece left, and I'm like, oh God. It was. They're like talking in chat. I don't even know what they're talking about anymore. Tell you what, you guys got any more questions? Throw them up. I think we're gonna wrap this thing. We're coming up just short of 2 hours anyhow. And honestly, I just don't feel well. And now I got to drive to Tampa tomorrow. I got to take Rosie down to Tampa tomorrow, get her physical done, so I can get her off safety hold, so we can go to work Friday. I hope. Which means I need to call some people. Crap. I was going to do that today and forgot all about that too. I am not on my game at all. But the truck should be done tomorrow. $1,006.41. And a heater. I'm kind of excited about the heater.
Finally get one just as it's spring.
Right. I don't know. Whatever.
Although with your Florida blood going on, you might need it up if you get up by the 40.
What's the better trailer, Charlie? Wabash or the Great Danes? Okay, so my favorite trailer used to be the 08 Great Danes when they came out. Like they were the best trailers in the world at the time. And I actually still like the 08 Great Danes. They've actually held up fairly well from what I've seen. I don't pull a ton of them, but the few that I had picked up, I'm like, 08, let's see. Great Dane, not so bad. They seem to have held up pretty good over the years. I don't know. Now we got these newer 23s and 22s. Who's making those? God, I feel like
I don't
they're
even
Hyundai
know.
trailers.
Some of them are.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see how they hold up. Anyhow. Oh, I don't see a lot going on in the chat, you guys. So I think we're gonna call this a successful train wreck. Get Jeff to bed and myself back to bed. I actually spent 2 full days in bed. Jeff's like texting me, bro, are you alive? No answer from me. I just ghosted the world. It was great. I was telling Sue about me being in bed for 2 days. She's like, what? You what? I was like, yeah, it was bad. She's like, oh my God.
The last
That's-
time you did this, Charlie, was when you had COVID.
Shut up, man. I'm sure I'm fine.
That's-
It'll be
that's-
fine.
I was worried about you and your taste buds.
Yeah, that sucked. God. I don't think that's it this time though. I'm not gonna go get tested. I'm just avoiding the world. Whatever. Anyhow, so yeah. You guys seriously take care of each other. Again, like I always say, there's no one out here taking care of us but us. So look after each other. Jeff, you got anything you want to throw out there in the world? Thank you for
I'm
popping
tired.
in, by the way. I know,
I'm
man. I
tired.
can see it in your face. Life on 18 wheels. We got insurance and taxes and a fuel card, sir. Just saying. We're working on more stuff. Let's see where it goes from here. Well, let me ask you guys, what else do you guys need? You know, if there's something else you guys think we need to be working on, let us know. Drop comments, hit us in the Facebook groups, hit comments in the YouTube channel, and you know, we'll see what we can work on next.
I can tease a little bit about what we're working on, Charlie.
Yep.
You know, Swift ain't gonna like it. We're looking at Life Beyond Swift as our next little project here. We've got kind of an experiment going on with Alan Becker, who is going to reactivate his authority and run some spot market. We're excited to see how that goes and get some guys in here that can tell us how to get your own authority and what all goes into that. And, you know, expanding your business however you can, whether it's building a small fleet here at Swift or going outside or whatever you guys want to do. You got to really look at
outside purchasing.
You guys really got to, as we go through this, one of the themes that's going to come up is just like Sue said earlier, what's your goal? Let's talk about what your goal is. Do you want to be a carrier? Do you want to have a small fleet at Swift? Do you want to, what do you want to do? Let's get the information out there so that you can get good information and make solid decisions for your business. You know,
Right.
Charlie and I, you know, we've been at Swift a long time. A lot of it has to do with the relationships we have here. We like the people we work with, and you know, we make okay money. You know, enough for us. But what if you want to do better? You know, what if you want to go out there and just kill it? Well, let's get that information out there. That's what our kind of our next.
Yeah,
Our
my
next
vision of
goal is.
success may not be with Jeff's vision of success, may not be your vision of success, and that's a different journey for every person. We you know, you need to think about that. What is it that you feel, and let's see what we can all do to help each other work towards those visions, right? All right, guys, we will be back next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, right here on Contractors Corner. Y'all be safe. Look after each other. Oh, God, I hope we're better. And we'll have Tony Dennis on next Tuesday talking about all this good stuff. We'll see you guys. Be safe.